All right, so I think I'm gonna. Oh wow, I think I'm gonna stop now. Today I'm green today, 208. I decided to trade with small sizes, um, but my last trade was a bit suspect and stupid. Um, not my last trade, my second to last trade. Uh, I'll just go and talk about it, and it's really basically what happened was actually there was a I had a pair of supply lines here, which I took off because obviously it sliced through it. Um, but I think I got in a bit too early, and basically the point was when I constructed this trend line, as you can see, price had over here when the supply areas were constructed, price, which was this candle that I saw, price had not crossed, and I got in early. I got in with I think it was about 20 contracts, and yeah, and then I had to get out because the stop was hit. Um, at the time, I think I was up 100 and something. I can't remember because I had done pretty well with a nice light Tesla trade. Um, yeah, but anyway, what ended up happening was I jumped out, and I think I jumped out too early. Anyway, these things happen. Yeah, these things happen. What I what I'm gonna say is today I had the idea. Let me not say the plan, but the idea that um, I would try to only trade from the zones, and some of them. The first trade was based on that, but it didn't work out well. Maybe it was a bit too early. My stop wasn't set right, so I ended up losing twice the amount that I was risking, which was my very first trade. And I probably should have just waited for everything to really settle down before I started trading because at the time everything was a bit choppy. So my first trade was with VUZI. Um, I bought just Oh, well, I actually bought a lot more than I bought 10 contracts. Okay. But they were very small. Yeah, I remember there were contracts that had a very small delta of about 20 something, zero point 0.2, 0.26. So basically, effectively 26 shares per contract. So times 10, that's 260 shares. So I got into VUZI, and I'll just show now. Oh no, I've changed everything, so let's do it this way. So I got into VUZI here at the first demand area, and as you can see, it rallied slightly, but not much, and then it broke it. And by the time it got to this area, because I wanted to leave a bit, actually, by the time it got here, I wanted to leave a bit of room, just so in case, we have a third bounce and it just ripped down. And I think it filled me out over here, filled me, yeah, to get out over here. So that wasn't too good. And I decided, okay, do you know what? I'm not even going to try and trade this ticker again. Let me leave this alone. This would have been a great entry for VOR, but I said, let me leave this alone. Let's not trade something that we've lost on because in my experience, I generally tend not to do so well. And then, of course, if I were going to get into that based on the plan, I would have had to get in here. And I'm glad I didn't because I didn't really get too far. All right, so that was the first one with VUZI. Then I got into BA. And BA was because it was called out to me that, oh, BA may be rallying. And it was above VWAP and it was, it looked like a strong stock because the first leg was very strong. The second leg was approaching this top. And I thought, this could be, is it 50% of breakouts fail? So I thought, okay, there's a chance this may be a short. So I looked on the this was a 15-minute chart. Yeah, I looked on the 15-minute chart and I saw that there was a supply area over here. So I just marked this level, and I think it was a 1 hour chart I looked at as well. No, it was a 15-minute. Yeah, I saw this supply area as well. I saw what it did yesterday, and I thought, oh, this is definitely recipe for a short. So I got in short here with 10 contracts, and I can't remember what the delta was, but it wasn't very high either. So this was chopping around a lot, and I was using the 1 minute or 2 minute chart, and I think that's what really phased me when I was trading this. Yeah, so when it got to this part, okay, so yeah, when it got here, it was chopping around a bit. Since I got in around here really early, came down here, I was in profit. It was chopping a bit, and I thought, oh, I hate the VWAP, and really, I should have gotten in here, but not much is happening, and it was just choppy. At the same time, the SPY was choppy. So I thought, do you know what? Forget about this. I think because I hadn't set a stop, and had I done so, which is over here, I'd still be in this trade, as you can see. I was only risking 100. Actually, I was risking more than 100, as I can think of, as I see it now, because when I got out, when the price was about here, I was $48 in profit. So I reckon if it had gotten here, this was probably zero, and this was probably, actually, yeah, maybe 100 is right. Maybe 100 is correct. So maybe down here would have been maybe 150 or something like that. And as you can see, the price is still doing what you expect it to do. And so that was the next trade. So yeah, so entry was about, I think it was on this candle. And then seeing this chop, I wasn't convinced because I so many other things in my mind. I was like, this is not what you planned. Yeah, it's a double top, but where would you be targeting this base, right? Or something like that. So I decided to get out. I wasn't convinced. I decided to go and do Tesla. And if we look at Tesla, at this point I said to myself, all right, you have a habit of using up all your buying power before the day is over, or even before things start to really happen. Let's relax, let's chill, let's not get into anything with heavy size. Let's really take our time. So I got into Tesla when I noticed this no, it wasn't a double, it was this double bottom. So this one and this one. I jumped in, I think, on this candle, and slow grind to choppy action. At one point, it was easy to almost think this was actually not going to work. But I just said, you know what, doesn't matter. Your stop is around here, which was about $100. It's fine. We were over here at this point, and when we broke, and also I also noticed I hadn't yet plotted a trend line. The trend line I had plotted was this one. So I got in at the break of this trend line, not this trend line. So I got in on this candle with $100 stop. Only one contract I had in. I wish I had two. I almost bought a second one over here, but I said, no, we're not doing that today. Although we may be convinced with this trade, the SPY was rallying strong. However, Tesla was still slow. Everything else seemed to be going up. I was watching Space or SPC, Jumia, all the other ones, they all seemed to be rallying strong. So I thought, okay, this is not going to work. And so decided, nice, look at that. Okay, I'm going to talk about that last one in the end. And so decided to just hold and just see what happens. And I just kept on being patient, wasn't panicking. When it broke here, I was like, yes, we finally broke, because I replotted this. And I thought, oh, we still have these points. This is the first leg, second leg, maybe this is the third leg. There's a selling climax over here. So this is definitely a good opportunity for a reversal, or at least good signs for a reversal, since all those things were all pointing in that direction. So I was happy with the trade here. We were definitely green here, and also we were green here, and we were also our contracts were not burning as well, because it's Wednesday. The contract expired on Friday, expires on Friday. So I was like, okay, great, this works for me. So got in and started to go up. My target initially was VWAP, but with VWAP, I think that would have given me a 1-to-1 risk reward. No, it was just $50. The risk was 100, and I thought that's not what I'm after. I want to at least have a 1-to-1. And then I think I got out on this candle when it started to chop a bit. I cannot remember. Oh yeah, I got out around the base of this candle because I thought, okay, this could be a double top. Not ready to see what that's going to be. The SPY was still very strong, and also the SPY was in supply. And I just thought, okay, let's just take a 1.5-to-1, and we got out. And then of course, as we got out, this candle came up, and it would have been a 2-to-1 at this point. But hey, these things happen. It's trading, right? Measured moves are cool, actually. Looking at this. Anyway, so that was that. Then I decided to now focus on the SPY. I think my first trade on the SPY, as I said, was when we had the supply area that caused, it was the first, there were two lines here which caused this to drop. Now, I don't trade the SPY very often, or even if anything at all. But the great thing about trading the SPY is the contracts are very cheap, so it's easier to manage risk. They also have a lot of volume. As you can see, you have 14,000 on this particular in the money, just out of the money calls. So I love that. And then you have 19. So really good volume and good open interest. So these are definitely ones to use, or if anything. So what did I do? Oh, the other ones have expired. Huh. Okay, I don't know what's happened there, but what was I saying? So yeah, so I oh, this is Tesla. Sorry, this is not the SPY. So anyway, so I was wondering why, because the SPY has contracts that expire today. All right, so SPY. There we go. Yes, so here we go. So even as you can see, 100 and something thousand, open interest of 18,000, which is just perfect. So you and then the spreads are like pennies, which is just exactly what you want. And as a result, the price moves really well when it's moving. And so the only issue is you have theta burn on these particular contracts. I'm just looking at the other chart now, and the SPY's reached the VWAP, which would have been a great exit. But I was not confident with this trade just because it was firing up so much. I just said, I convinced myself this was not going to work. I then not mistakenly, I put in 50 contracts and jumped in. I was like, what the hell am I doing? And that was just after the price had dropped suddenly. It hadn't yet crossed the trend line. This was the second trade, by the way. The first trade didn't work out because it hadn't yet crossed the trend line. And then, what ended up happening was I took off on that particular trade, which I had 50 contracts. I took off 30 contracts. I think we only had made $100, and I just said, I'm just taking it off because I haven't set the price, the risk right. The price came down here. Then I took off the remaining 20, and I think we made $100. And then, out of FOMO, jumped in again over here when it broke this candle. Put in 10, or was it 20 contracts? 10 contracts actually. Just put in 10 contracts, and then we got out over here for another $100. So, all in all, good day. Was it 10? Yeah, 10, 5, and 5. Yeah. So all in all, it was a good day, but a panic day, and I don't like panic days. And I need to get used to. I need to be more convinced with these zones. I need to believe in them. I need to trust them more, particularly the higher hourly ones. I think we're expecting SPY to come all the way down here today. I wasn't ready to wait. And I'm sure it probably will because the thesis is there. But I don't know. I wasn't too sure of myself because of this chop that was happening earlier, and I think because of this chop that was happening, um, I, I held back, or I held myself back from taking a really good trade on the SPY. I think also because I've had a losing day, 2 losing days in a row. It's another reason why I decided, okay, let's cut down our size, and then 208, fine, it's okay. Although I think um, I would have preferred to have executed, according to a good plan. But all in all, this has worked out. In terms of what I was planning on trading today, there was Futu. Oopsie, I'm just going to bring it to the screen. So there was Futu, Apple, and Tesla, of course. And these are all 15-minute charts. Futu came out really strong, and then it double topped. And I saw that, we have a double top. We can always, risk $100 and then just take it down. But that was not to be. Facebook too seemed to do good too. But that too did not work as well. But everything else is, this is not obviously coming to a supply area. So this is not, I would not take this trade. Neither would I take this on Apple, even though there is a trade in there. I would only do it with cash, and I would do it as a scalp. But as you can see, there's no trade in here. So I wouldn't take these. Neither would I take these. So the only one I would trade based on my plan, which is all I'm doing now, is the SPY. And as you can see, really good follow through. But the issue, which is something I need to work on now, is I am still looking at 1-minute charts. And the 1-minute chart is not really a good chart to look at if you are in a trade and you are trying to manage your trade. So as you can see, I had this panel designed in such a way that I could look at different time frames, which has been very useful. The only problem is when you see price moving like this, say you got in here and then price comes back up like that, chances are you could be phased, you see double bottoms. It's just not cool. Managing the trade on this chart is so much easier because you are only looking at the bars, and the more red bars you see, the more convinced you are. So what I did when I had the first trade on was I put this to a 30-minute. So that way I will only concentrate on this particular window, and also the 50-minute window. So that's pretty much it. And I don't plan on taking any more trades for today. I'm just going to watch. I think the rule at least is to be green, and then just keep playing these zones. And I find the zones work better later in the day than they do earlier in the day. I'm just trying to see if we have a demand zone. There we go. And look at that, just here. Yeah, they work really well in the day than they do maybe in the morning, or maybe they do, and I'm just not used to it. But I have been told that the SPY responds to the zones so much better than the other tickers. So I'm going to trade more of that, maybe build some more confidence in it. Maybe the next time I take another trade, I'll just risk maybe $50 and then see how the trade goes. All right, that's my trading day.